Shara, have you happened to see Jeremy today? I had a gift for Aewyn that he was supposed to pick up, but I haven't seen him yet.
No, I haven't seen him around. Did you check outside the cave?
That was my next place, but he was supposed to be back.
A gift for me?
Yes. Something that I think you will probably enjoy, as maybe a bit of an apology for setting your tail on fire the other day. But, what is that splushing sound? Oh, were you expecting guests today?
Not to my knowledge, from you.
No, I never expect guests.
Hello, you two. May I ask, are you here on purpose?
Hi, Katon, where are we?
I had no idea of this. Katon starts reaching for a sword. Who are you? How did we get here?
I think there's been some teleportation mishaps.
Considering you're soaking wet, I'm assuming you came from the water.
Yes, I came from the water. I'm still not quite sure. Aewyn, how is it that you get through this every single time dry?
Well, I just do a little flip here, a little flip there. You should really practice your flips. That's the thing. My mother always said to me, Aewyn, you can get through life by just normally flipping through everything. And so from a young baby elf boy, I was flipping over the beds and over the cribs and to my dinner, lunch, and to baths. It's so much fun you should try it sometime.
You cannot flip through a lake.
Hey, hello, new friends. Any of you flip? Are you like flip people?
I flip through pages.
Oh, okay. Oh, very clever.
Clever.
Since when do you read?
Yes, Aewyn, I don't think I've caught you actually reading a book, except for that one magazine thing, whatever that is.
Wait, no, he does enjoy a pop-up book.
Well, I have my notebook.
Yes, but that has nothing but pictures.
Oh, hello. You are a giant plant thing.
Yes, well, I'm not particularly giant. 4 foot is smaller than some I've seen, but yes, I am a Cephalotus Fae. I assume when very rare, if existent at all in the realm you come from. Allow us to introduce ourselves. You have found yourselves in the realm of forgotten memories and dreams, and we are the Delegation of Dreamers. I am Rue.
I am Aewyn.
And I am Ashura.
And may we get your names?
Yes, of course. My name is Aewyn Lithios, and this is my good compatriot here, Katon Smiteclad.
Hello. I'm so sorry. Why are we here? How did we get here? How did we get out of here?
You're in the realm of forgotten memories and dreams, the place where many things that end up forgotten go.
Forgotten?
That works out beautifully for you, Aewyn.
No. Well, I guess, yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm a little torn about this. Because on one side of me, yes, I'm forgotten, I'm away from everything. At the other side, that kills me to my core to think that I will be forgotten. Like forever, or just like for a moment? Or is this like a Infinity Stone thing where we are forgotten, but then we can kind of come back later on?
I think what happened is your realm and our realm somehow have just intersected so that whatever medium you were teleporting through has brought you here, which means I'm going to have to pull some magical bullshit to get you back. This might take a little while, so if you don't mind, we'll bring you some refreshments, ask you some questions, so just bide our time till I can fix this.
Magical bullshit is how we got here in the first place.
As we are quite familiar with magical bullshit, believe me. We've had quite our fill of magical bullshittery.
Yeah, this cave is sort of a magical bullshit magnet.
Very much so. Since my normal helper is not here, allow me to get one of the goblins to bring some refreshments. Do you both like tea?
Oh, I love a spot of tea, yes. What type do you have?
We have many types. A lot have been forgotten over the many centuries of different realms.
I'm sorry, I have to have forgotten tea.
I was just going to say, I want your most forgotten tea you have here.
Oh, sadly, you might not remember it when you get back.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well, then we can enjoy it again someday.
Yes.
For the first time.
Yes, when you end up here in the future, should it happen, or if you visit again. 1 second. Jasmine. No. Yes. Please go and bring some of the berry forgotten tea and that one with the little hint of chocolate, and bring some of the cakes. You know the ones, the best ones.
We can never remember the name of them.
That must be extremely challenging for you to not be able to remember anything in your own home.
The issue is that this realm is made up of things forgotten in other realms.
Oh.
We're basically rediscovering things, and we don't always have the name for them. Especially me and these two. We don't necessarily get out a lot, so we don't know the people from the realms that may have remember the things forgotten.
You should have been here when Ashura forgot his password to the thingamajig.
Yeah, I had to go out and find some text that was written somewhere.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Aewyn, can I have a moment with you?
What?
They're dragons. We're speaking to dragons.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
That's concerning.
But they haven't done anything yet. Maybe they forgot that they're dragons? That they're not mean?
My friends, they have not forgot the dragons, and you're whispering quite loudly.
We have rather good ears.
We're stage whispering, you see.
Well, hold on, let me roll a stealth check with my -1 modifier. I rolled a 2 in real life.
Guys, if you need me to double cross the brown one, I'm up for it.
Oh my god. So, Katon, cannot roll a stealth check to save his life. I, for real, just rolled a 2.
She did.
I have actually rolled a 0 before, because I have a -1.
Yes, I've had situations like that too.
Yes, we can see you there behind the elf.
Come on, Katon, just step out of here. Come on.
Oh, I'm just have to excuse me. It's just most things we meet try to kill us.
Yes, well, if we kill you, then we can't ask you questions, so that if you end up forgotten in your realm, you're not lost to eternity. So that would be very counterproductive.
I mean, there is a spell called Speak with Dead.
Yes, but if you have been dead long enough, you end up being forgotten, and you might even forget who you used to be.
Are you like the bookkeepers of realms? Is that a fair thing to say? Like, are you the archivists of the realm? Ooh, that's a good name too.
We might have a change of title.
We will be keeping Delegation of Dreamers, because I like the thought that it has to do with dreams, especially since we do pull plenty of people through their dreams. Though we have been having a lot more people just enter the realm through their own means.
Okay, wait, you can get people here through their dreams?
Yes, we bring the consciousness here so that we can talk to them while they're asleep. That way we're not taking up too much of their time, though time works very weirdly between the different realms, so that isn't usually an issue anyway. Here's the tea and the cakes now. The tea on the left is the one with the berries, the one on the right has the chocolate. The cakes are made with a mixture of some forgotten berries as well as chocolate.
Oh.
This is one that we recently made the recipe for. Hopefully you'll enjoy.
Aewyn, would you like to try one, and maybe we can try the other?
I'm not a big share person. Plus, I don't know this for a fact, but I feel like you're a big backwash guy.
Yes, but I also am immune to disease. So,
but it's not about the disease. It's just about the flecks that are going to be in there. And I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of that.
Yes, it's the principle of the matter.
Yes, I feel like human mouths are the most dirty mouth in D&D. I don't know if that's factual or not, but
I'm sorry, did you just tell me that my mouth is less clean than that of a goblin or an orc?
You know what? I think so. It's like dogs, right? People think dogs are disgusting. Their mouths are very clean.
You look over, and Katon has the worst plaque. As he gives you a toothy smile.
You're saying that his back is clean, though? If he's a backwash.
Ephraim, my friend, backwash is what happens if you take a drink of a drink, and then the stuff that's in your mouth goes back into the drink as the little bit you're not actually drinking goes back into your drink cup.
Fine, Aewyn. I'll do it the way that you do when you have a bottle of water and you want to share it with a friend, but they don't want to have it. I'll just pour it into my mouth. Katon proceeds to pick up steaming hot tea and attempts to pour it on his mouth face.
We can bring enough cups that you can each have some. Don't burn yourself, please.
I'm less worried about if we're going to kill them or if they're going to kill themselves.
Yes, if you just let us, our own devices.
Never DM's concern.
Yes. Here's Jasmine with some extra cups. You should have brought them when you brought the tea. Thank you. But anyway, I would like to start asking you a few questions while we have you here, mostly to help me kind of understand where you came from.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Of course, we're an open book.
First off, I do not sense much otherworldly presence on you, to put it easier, but I can tell that one of you has a tie to a deity, something to do with the light, Do you know the name of the deity?
Oh, don't bring this up. Great. Here we go. Buckle up, everyone. Settle in.
Sorry. I was just, and that was actually wonderful. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that cake, biscuit, pastry, strudel. Anyway, yes, it is a long and tragic tale of my childhood, which we will skip past. I, about a decade or so ago, was adopted into the Paladin Order, devoted to the goddess of light, Sonore, who I believe is actually technically a D&D god, and I'm saying it wrong, but when I first discovered this 5-6 years ago when I was making this character, I just said it wrong and have just decided every day to not correct myself. Yes, become canonical to this world. She is the goddess of light. Nothing can exist without it. All energy comes from the light. I grew up in a farm. It all kind of just makes sense. And he kind of looks around like he realizes he's not in his normal plane of existence and is probably like away from the normal people, like being able to see and like hear him. I don't know. I only kind of started doing this like 10 years ago. I kind of came into the religion sort of late. I don't really know exactly how I feel about it. But she gives me magical powers, so, you know.
Very fair.
It's a fair deal.
I was given magical powers by a deity that no one on my realm had ever heard of before. Well, in a very long time. So I kind of understand. That does help me narrow it down. Ashura, Aewyn, if you have some questions you'd like to ask while I try and find their realm now, should at least narrow it down to a few hundred.
Oh, well, good luck, because our DM never named it.
Oh. That was going to be my question. If you know the name of the realm. Well, do you know the name of the lands or the towns you come from then?
Can you tell us a bit about your realm?
Oh. Aewyn, are we able to do that?
Why wouldn't we?
Well, I just did, breaking the fourth wall. We never really fleshed out the word.
I figured if anybody could do it, it'd be you. I don't know. I come from a forest town. It's sort of secluded. We don't want people really to know where we are. Other than that, I'm a rolling stone. I'm a rambling man. Go wherever the wind may take me. Ton, you're much more into the knowing where we are and where we're going type thing. Why don't you tell them?
Yes, I grew up on a farm outside of the major city of Neverwinter along the Sword Coast. We only picked that setting because we started playing D&D years ago with a module that took place there, and then we spun off and created our own tale afterwards. So, yes, I guess we're technically in Faerun, but strange enough, as we travel, all of these new cities and places keep popping up that were never on the map before, almost like someone's just making it up as we go. It's quite strange. That might be some magic there, too.
I've heard of world-altering magics like that. Usually it's used by a god called the Game Master. Never understood that god.
Yeah, me either. Yes. So if that's capable of narrowing down our location, then perhaps that can help you. We did at one point ask the game mastering god what the name of the world we were at, and he attempted, given that our stories are called the New Crits on the Block, he attempted to name it New Critsia, which we promptly shut down and refused to ever discuss again. So that's why there's no name, because the one that was given to us was stupid and we refused to accept it.
Well, then, can you tell us a bit about your party and your adventures?
Or rather, how did the two of you meet?
Well, we met at, what is the Naughty Shrub pub? Is that what it was called? God, it was so long ago.
Yes, it was. That was what it was called.
Oh, I'm surprised I remember. We met in a pub. We were getting jobs from someone, and I believe I showed up first. Did I show up first? Was I there first? I think
No. Well, actually, I showed up last. So
last.
I was last.
Not
I
surprising.
had a cat on my shoulder.
You're a slow human, and that's understandable. No big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I always am lowest.
Yeah, you have
Lowest in the initiative.
5,000 pounds of armor on. So we met there, and that was when our great journey began. We were given what seemed at the time a very small, menial task, which we, may I say, completed expertly. Almost before it happened. That's another story for another day. But that's when we met, and we've been fast friends ever since, right, Katon?
Right,
Right, Katon?
Yes, I feel like I feel like you've left out a few details, but that is the gist of it. Yes. I was as a paladin of Sonore, I took a job to escort goods from one location to another, and nobody questioned why a paladin was taking up escorting merchant wagons around. And there was nothing suspicious about that at all, and nobody really asked any questions. And we're just going to believe that that's how I make money. But yes, and one thing led to another, and now the world's on fire. Funny how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wait, you said the world's on fire?
Oh, don't worry about that.
Well, that'll help me narrow it down to about 50 worlds.
Oh.
That helps a lot. Okay, make it at 51. Another one's on fire. I just didn't know it.
That happens a lot.
52, you missed that one in the back.
Yes, you're right.
And do you wish to return to this world that's on fire?
We do have something to do.
We have a few things to do.
Yes.
Yes, I guess in that respect.
I mean,
Probably should get back at some point. Let me ask you this, though. Is this one of those realm pockets that while we're here, what's happening in our realm, freezes or stops?
It varies from realm to realm. In some realms, time goes faster while you're here. In others, it goes much slower. There was one where time turned itself backwards for a little bit. I still don't understand that one.
Ooh, please don't tell me it's another speed-up one. We had a situation with that. I came back and everyone I knew was substantially older. It was a problem.
Well, good news for you. Most of the realms that are on fire, except this one that also has the core of the world as ice, are going slower. The one with the ice core is going about half faster than it should be.
Okay, that's not so bad.
And we know it's not ours because ours is a fire core that is currently exploding. So, Ray?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's exploding because it was cut in half with ice, though. So, it's really hard to say. I'm sure they'll figure it out. They seem like professionals.
Is the core of your world cut in half?
It's a long story, and we kind of didn't stick around to see what happened next.
Would you be able to tell us about some of your stories?
Sure. Where to start?
What about your favorite?
Why don't you tell them about the time you won that dance competition, huh?
Oh my god, that's not my favorite story. That's your favorite story.
It is my favorite story. So my friend over here, Katon, he's not the most fleet of foot, let's just say. He's a bit of a, how to gently put this, a bumbling buffoon. And long story short, we were in a castle that we were trying to escape.
Hey.
Sorry. And he thought, what would be a good distraction is if I got pulled into this dance party and showed off my moves. And we thought that's going to be a great distraction because he's going to make a complete ass out of himself. I got to tell you, as his performance went on, he low-key crushed it. I mean, he got a standing ovation from the entirety of the castle. So much so that we didn't even want to escape because we were captivated and mesmerized by his dance moves on the ballroom floor. And I don't think I've ever seen you ever do something as dexterous as that moment. So I don't know where that came from, but I don't know if it was Sonray giving you magical powers. But the fact that you pulled that off and did it so expertly, it was a miracle in itself. I'm not a big miracle person, but I gotta tell you, that day, my friends, I saw a miracle.
As a bard, I approve.
Yes, well, I think maybe it's because, for some odd reason, the DM was kind enough to let me use my athletic skill as opposed to my sleight of my acrobatics.
Dancing is very athletic. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is true, yes. Well, especially when it turned out that afterwards I asked the young lady why she chose me out of everyone, and she simply told me, because you're very strong, and I got the impression that you weren't going to leave and go do your own thing. So she chose me because I was boring and big.
How did you manage to turn back?
I'm sorry? How did I manage to do what now?
Turn back from being an ass.
Oh,
Ephraim, you are far too literal.
Oh, yes. No, I never did. I continue to be an ass.
yes, he still is quite an ass.
Let me tell you something. It's every party needs one
Ass.
like a tiger mom to just be like, no, we're doing it this way.
Don't say tiger mom because now he's going to think that you are a literal tiger mom. Are you not getting this yet?
Oh shit. No, yes, thank you. I'm not quick on these things.
Well, never fear. Ephraim is also not very quick on those things.
What? How dare you? I'm the quickest of us.
Ephraim, without floating, I walk 15 feet every, say, 6 seconds, and I can still outrun you if I try. Do not start with me.
That is a very strange way to describe the ability for you to move.
I am the quickest person out of all of us to fall asleep.
That's fair.
Oh, that's impressive, actually.
Fair. Does usually take me literally hours to fall asleep. Though I've been told that is some kind of condition. I think it was called insomnia. But, never fear.
I always offered to knock you out. You never take me up on that offer.
Yes, because my regenerative ability is not the same as that of an actual plant. I am still only plant-based, and if you knock me out, you might leave a dent. Would not be pleasant or attractive. Even if I might never see another of my kind, I must still look my best. After all, that is what nobility does. Well, that and screw with the common folk if they are rude.
Hear, hear.
I think a common folk is like, yes, wait, what?
Jasmine, more tea, please.
If the dance competition was Aewyn's favorite moment, what's your favorite moment, Katon?
Oh, there's so many. As much as I would like to throw Aewyn under the bus and talk about something where I thought he was going to be a fool and make an idiot of himself, that wasn't the case at all, actually. Not long ago, we had an interesting scenario. Surprisingly, we had to break into another castle. This seems to be a bit of a plot point for us, but we needed to find a way in, and there was a party going on. There's always a party, and we always have to break in. Why are there always a party?
Why are you never invited?
Well, we actually kind of were the first time, but anyway, it's a long story. The end result is we needed to get inside, so we had our friend, who is a druid, turn into a rat and scuttle down into the sewers, and through some gentle persuasion, maybe convince the rats to rise up against the people of the castle and raid the party and steal all their food in a Braveheart-like situation where the rat was very similar to like a William Wallace kind of thing. And anyway, while that was happening, Aewyn had the bright idea for us to dress up as rat exterminators and just conveniently show up at that time so that we could gain entrance into the castle. We had matching jumpsuits that were a fake company name. We called ourselves All Rats. We even had it embroidered on the back of the jumpsuits where the S on rats was a little rat tail that went around underneath. And it was extremely successful. And even when met with resistance in Aewyn fashion, he managed to convince people to let us into areas that they probably shouldn't, simply because there was a fancy party and there were rats everywhere and it needed to be handled. And then for some reason, we spoke in Brooklyn accents. I'm not sure why, but we did, and it was a tremendous amount of fun. We made up types of rats along the way, and I don't do things like that. I'm not I don't lie. I'm not stealthy. I'm not sneaky. I lack that underhandedness that Aewyn has in his day-to-day dealings with people. And it was just kind of fun to do it for once. And do it with somebody who's so good at it.
Well, thank you. I'm very good at being underhanded, yes.
Yes, you are. You are. Yes, I don't know why I trust you.
To be fair, it's probably because they have worked with you for long enough that you trust them because they have not done you dirty too many times yet.
Thank you!
He has shot me 5 times. You have shot me 5 times.
Okay, that was when I was mind controlled and it was not my fault. And I immediately apologized.
And what about the second time?
Okay, well, that one was for your own good. You know that.
But I think you were mind controlled then as well.
Was I?
Well, you can't hold mind control against them.
Or backstabbings.
Thank you.
How about the third time?
Backstabbings you can hold against someone, depending on the reason.
Not if you're quick enough to backstab them.
For example, an example of you trying to backstab someone. Sorry, Griswold, you'll be fine in a minute, I'll heal you.
No, you killed Griswold!
No, they're not dead. They're just sleeping, because I had to put them asleep, because otherwise they would start crying.
With the sleep dagger.
I'm sorry, are you abusing the goblins and kobolds who work for you?
No, Griswold is specifically hired for demonstrations of this variety.
You have a...
He gets paid more than the rest.
You have a guy for that. Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to do it on myself. Then I can't heal myself as well.
He's not going to do it on his favorite servant.
Yeah, does he seem content with his job?
Griswold is very content with his job, especially now that I've healed him.
Griswold, what is your 5-year plan?
Help me.
So that is an example of a backstabbing that you do not hold against someone. It benefits you. Okay, here's your diamond.
If you pay him for it, do you really backstab him?
I mean, that was a literal backstab. It was in the back, between the shoulder blades, just at the base of the spine.
Yeah, but who's being too literal right now?
I mean...
Wait, I'm sorry. His shoulder blades are at the base of his spine?
No, that's...
What kind of creature is this?
Medicine check.
The neck... Yes, I meant at the neck. Okay, I am not necessarily good.
Rue, I feel like I need to get you a book on anatomy.
I am very bad at anatomy, but mostly because I am very tired. I have slept about 4 hours in 10 days.
This is why Rue thinks that you can stab someone and that they can just walk away with.
Yes,
I healed them.
Yes, this is one of those situations where you go into a world where the culture is like way different than your own, and it's like it clashes with what you consider acceptable in your culture. So you're like, I don't want to tell you all how to live your lives. I don't want to be like the white savior trope to like show up and be like, this is how it should be done. But please stop stabbing your workers.
Yeah, Rue, maybe I can hold on to that dagger for now.
I mean, sure, you can have this one. But yes, that was an example where it benefits someone to be stabbed in the back.
It was a very fun example, but I don't think I learned anything.
I trust neither of you with that dagger. Anyway,
Wait, why did you give it to Aewyn then?
Haha, it's mine now.
you gave it to him.
I look over and Aewyn is just furiously taking notes about how to betray your friends and stab them.
Have you managed to acquire any treasure during your adventures?
I think our friendship is the treasure, right, Katon?
Oh, you beat me to it.
Boo. Boo.
You've got me sniffling. I am so touched. But I'm sure that your literal answer will be the many magic items you have on your persons.
And those are pretty nice too, I must admit. Katon, you want to start, bud?
I mean, Emmy managed to get a hold of a concrete lodge. Let me think. Well, the Order was kind enough to equip me properly for my voyage, for my journey. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to send your best man, he kind of snickers as he looks at Aewyn, out to handle a problem. However, through my travels and interactions with various, actually every time deities, my shield has gotten a little bit of a glow up, so to say, as well as my armor. A powerful being, without going into too much detail, granted my armor fire and ice resistance, which has been extremely useful with the druid and the wizard in the party, who at least one of them doesn't seem to understand how area of effect spells work. And my shield has this amazing ability where I can, through my own intellectual property and nobody else similarly, I can throw it and protect people near me by giving them AC increases as a reaction, while simultaneously lowering my AC. I don't know of any other character in any other thing that is capable of doing anything like that. That's about it for me. I mostly just rely on the holy light and smiting the ever-living crap out of things. Oh, and drugs. I have lots of drugs. I was given drugs.
You still have those?
When is it? Did we get rid of those now?
I thought you dumped those.
Yes, of course I did. Because you can trust an addict.
Insight check. I rolled A, and I swear on my life I rolled a nat 20.
Okay, fine. I'll roll my deception. I rolled a 7. Are we deciding this is when? We're talking about the core exploding. Yeah, I got rid of them.
Okay, good. I could tell that you really regret it, though. Like, it pains you to think about it.
It granted me haste. It was a potion that granted me haste, and then I could cast on myself another spell like Shield of Faith, and I could literally have 27 AC, a 60 movement speed, 3 attacks, and advantage on my dexterity saving throws. But no, I had to give it up. Because why? Because apparently when I'm on it, I attack my friends. What? I do it one time, and suddenly I'm a child beater.
Let me ask you this. Do you like your teeth?
Well, I'm immune to disease, so I don't exactly know how that works with gingivitis and cavities.
I'm just saying, because those drugs would have put haste on your teeth falling out of your skull.
Rue, I think they're starting to fight amongst themselves. How's finding their world going?
It should take me another 5, maybe 10 minutes, because I've narrowed it down to 3.
I kind of understand why their world is on fire now.
That's an accurate statement.
Sorry, make it 4 worlds. I found another that matches the descriptions so far.
I keep telling you to look in the back.
This time it was in the front. I was looking to the back.
Well, listen, in my defense, I only did those drugs because I had to fight a vampire and rap. I had to rap to a vampire.
You did okay. Let's get this straight.
Rap to a vampire. Why did you have to?
You did not have to rap to the vampire.
I needed to protect you all, which involved using the illicit substance in order to allow me additional attacks per turn, which I had buffed myself with various radiant damaging abilities. And upon consumption of said illicit substance, I suddenly felt the need to deliver a rap that I had prepared over the last month. It was not my fault. It had to happen.
Any chance we could hear like a verse from it?
I actually don't have it anymore. It's on the episode.
Okay.
Oh, God. Something about I am the white.
Hey, that's a great segue. Listen to their podcast on what's your website?
Oh, yes. You can check us out on www.
God.
Which is no longer necessary to type in. You can find us at New Crits on the Block. You can check us out on your various podcatchers, whatever you might use, whether it be, Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, Spotify, whatever the case is. Just go ahead and type in New Crits on the Block. And you can also find us at newcritsontheblock.com. We also have accounts on various things like, Podchaser and all that kind of stuff.
Ephraim, why must you break the fourth wall? I keep telling you that thing's delicate.
We still haven't repaired the fourth wall. It's been broken forever.
Yes, I've been trying to repair it.
Oh, you mean this thing right here? As he looks at the camera.
No, don't touch that.
I will shove you back in the pond you came from.
Well, that won't work. I haven't made the portal yet. Also, I'm sorry, but please do not look directly at that. We try not to, give it any attention. Otherwise, it gets needy.
Don't speak to the audience.
Wait, who?
The guy sitting over there. Pretend they're not there.
Oh, this is being recorded in front of a live studio audience?
Again, but don't give them attention.
Everywhere you look.
So we can't use that. We're going to get copyrighted.
Okay, I have narrowed it down to 2 worlds. I just have to figure out which one, because I think they are divergent from each other.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. Well, it's entirely possible that we actually were just one world, and we may have split them into 2. There's nothing that actually happened in our adventures that makes me think that, other than the fact that it is just as likely as anything else that has happened.
That happens with a lot of worlds, I must say.
I do have to ask, just to confirm with which world is, have you changed your world in any possible way?
Oh, we've changed our world in every possible way.
True, we can check the history.
Yes. What's one of the major things? I'm trying to think here. Let's see. We did blow up a city and crash an airship into a flaming pillar of fire that set off a nuclear explosion. That was one thing.
We saved an entire race of beings from being extinct?
Yes, although they didn't want us to save them, and that created a lot of ethical dilemmas that we spent an entire episode discussing.
Oh.
I believe I have located the proper world now, because in the other world, they are, in fact, extinct.
Oh, well, actually, that might not be the right.
Let's just toss a coin and send them to one of them.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm down with that. Let's go. Row them bones.
Oh, is this going to be one of those things where we go back and everything appears to be the same, but then, people's eyes blink the wrong direction or something?
Oh, yeah, the Bernstein effect, or what's it called?
I have no clue what you're talking about, Ephraim.
Mandela effect.
Yes, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, Ephraim. It sounds like you might have actually read a book. But,
Which has me a bit worried.
I think these 2 people are affecting this world in some way.
yes, that is. I'm
might be
trying now to get them
Send
to
them
the right
back,
place.
please.
You know what? Fair enough.
You know what? It has been a pleasure. I do believe we have to go. One quick question for all of you. None of you are going to attempt to do any evil and nefarious things in our world, and we're going to have to come back and fight you individually or all at once in some dramatic fashion, correct?
That entirely depends on your definition of evil.
Pretty much everything except for whatever I do.
Ephraim might try to take some food, but that might be about it.
I have other things I have to attend to, such as paying these little cretins who are now saying I'm not paying them enough because I paid Griswold so much. If in the future you want to contact us, here's some magical mumbo-jumbo now, so that I can keep an eye on you.
Aewyn, you want to flip on in?
Here we go. Up, up, up.
Until then, have a good awakening.
Splash. And drugs. I have lots of drugs.